Okay, well, once again, welcome back to MTG Cards Review. Another Throwback Thursday take here. Again, we're continuing our trip down. Basically, this anthology bundle here that came out. So as I was going over, I was talking about the basically the missions though, and the characters that you might encounter though. So the next thing I think we're going to do is we're going to pick and dive into one of these two decks, or though technically one of three decks, but one of these two here. We'll then go back and take a look at the rest of the cards down here, and then look at that deck though, and then we'll wrap up with basically this deck here before we can kind of wrap up this particular little bundle at this point though in videos. And then we will come back and revisit this though when we come back to start doing our deeper dive into more of the Star Trek card game though, which when we get to it though, you guys will appreciate that I spent a little time doing this part because I've got a lot, and by a lot I mean we're on par with basically the so I've got more Magic cards than I would do Star Trek cards, but let's say that we've got between those boxes over there, yeah, let's put it around 6,000 cards though, give or take, which compared to, you know, say 20 or 30,000 Magic cards though is not a big deal. But I'm also hopeful that between this and when we get back to Star Trek, I may see if I can source a basically an inexpensive box of some Star Trek cards that are still out there though, because there are some out there that are still basically sealed though, that you can get that are inexpensive though, because they're this basically the contents is generally cheap. So that being said, now that I'm talking about that, that basically brings it up though. I will go ahead and take a quick gander over here. In fact, as I think about it, one of the things that comes to mind though is that so some of them, like I said, you can get on the cheap side though, for a sealed box. So the alternate universe though, sealed booster box you can have for $40 though, give or take. Something like the Voyager sealed box though, you're looking in the $100 range though. The original Star Trek white border though, like these here, you might be able to get for around 40 as well. Whereas if you move into something like the First Contact though, the Borg, all of a sudden at that point though, what you're looking at though goes up quite expensively though. Sealed box of this though, unopened though, you're in the $150 range. But when I got it though, I was into Star Trek, and I wasn't going to just leave it sealed though. And I had to kind of save up to get it in the first place though. So yeah, that's kind of the way things went. But then if you want to go get like I said, depending on so like the Reflections 2.0 though, which I was out of Star Trek by the time that launched. Those are they're limited because of the production. There wasn't a lot to be had. As a result, though, there isn't a lot left of them. Let alone sealed or that are available though, which is why they're quite pricey though, and probably will never look at. Probably never look at touching one of those either though, at least not right at this point. And to be honest though, I don't really, I guess I should say that not one that really has my interest either though, because of the basically the price, to be honest though. But that being said though, you know, there you can certainly find Star Trek boxes or options out there though that are available and that are of a reasonable price. Okay, so just taking a quick stroll though, and yeah, some of the stuff that came out basically wasn't produced as much either. So as a result, of course, it makes some of the basically the options that are available certainly on the more expensive side though, but that's to be expected. What I would say though is that, like with the number of the Star Trek games though, the next generation, the cards, the decks though, you can find them in some instances though. It really all depends on how much they were printed though, and the popularity. It's just like basically with the Magic the Gathering as well though, where certain sets though, production run wise though, easily are obtainable, whereas others not so much so. As an example though, to what I've been mentioning here, basically the Dominion, which came out though as a basically as part of the basically the expansion though. There wasn't a lot made of it though, and as such though, what is out there in a sealed form is quite expensive to get a hold of though, because some of the cards within that set, just like the cards that I showed though off though, some of those are rather pricey because of their fact that they are essentially ultra rare type cards though. And as such, though, that makes them more highly sought after, though, just like basically your more less frequent mythics that you might find in the Magic deck, though, or Ox, or you know, your Neon Inks, your chase cards, though, if you will. All of them basically add up, and as such, though, it definitely makes it harder to find when you go looking for that stuff, though. So, you know, you want the basically the regular sealed stuff, though, that might be out there that you can find, though. Sure, that you can find with basically a relative, I guess, good look, though. If, on the other hand, you're looking for some of the other sets, though, then yeah, it's going to be much more difficult to find. That's just basically it, though. So, with that in mind, though, what we are going to do is go ahead and continue our little discussion here on this particular setup here, and what we've got, though. And, you know, as I noted, I will continue to explore the possibilities of finding and acquiring or getting a hold of basically some of the older stuff, though, to basically for more Throwback Thursday, though, details, though, or information, because yeah, if I can do it, though, I'm all for it, though. That's one, it basically, you know, gives me the chance to add to my basically to a position, though, and especially if I can find a couple of things, though, for basically a good option there. So I think I've found the possibility of getting a hold of a couple of more of these sealed, though, that I will explore, and they actually might be the basically a little more rarer of the previous version, though, not the white border edition, but the actual black border edition, though. And be kind of fun to get a hold of those and basically show you the difference between them, though. And of course, if I'm actually able to do that, though, then that would mean that it would be easier to, if I could get a couple of them. So anyway, we're going to move on here. Got sidetracked, though. But then again, that's really what this is about, is sharing basically the information, though, about the series, though. And looks like we are going to have to go ahead and kind of step this up, because we're going to need to get through here. So we're going to go ahead and basically you get your essentially a 3, 4, 2 box. And there's the alien parasite, though. This is one of the from one of the first episodes in Star Trek: The Next Generation. There's our mission, though. Okay, so here we come to a ship. This is a Husnak ship, though. And of course, down here is your essentially your ship's capabilities. So, range, weapons, shields. So this ship, though, and by far, to be blunt, though, so we're going to go ahead and get off into another tangent, though, I think. So we're going to go ahead and hold off on doing that tangent. We're just going to go ahead and put the ship aside for the moment. and we will come back to that though. Actually, no, we'll go on. So I don't know whether to get off on the tangent of the Usnok ship though, and basically tell you about it though, or yeah, we'll do that because I've got batteries though, and we'll be able to swap the battery out as needed. So, all right, so we'll try to get through this here. Okay, so generally though, here's your rule book. It tells you about the game, the setup though, and everything, kind of what I've already gone over. So you've got that. So we are going to go ahead and pause at this point though, because otherwise we are going to be out of juice. We will pick up in a minute. Hang tight guys. We'll see you in the next moment.